Hello friends, welcome back to this video on analog communication. In this video, we are going to discuss the digital transmission. Till now, we have discussed only the analog communication, where the signal was analog, the modulated signal was analog. In the channel also, we were transmitting an analog signal, and at the receiver also, we are receiving an analog modulated signal. So now onwards, we are discussing the digital transmission. What is digital transmission? When I am transmitting the digital signals through the channel, it is digital transmission. So we have already studied the transmission of analog communication. So first we will see how we can generate the digital signals and then how we can transmit them. So now in this video we will be seeing the overview of digital transmission and what all parameters we'll be discussing in my upcoming videos. So now firstly I'll be talking about the digital transmission. So I hope now you are getting it. Now you must be wondering that in what form I am transmitting my digital signal. Either it is digital or it's analog. So now I can transmit my digital signal in the form of analog signal as well and digital signal as well. We'll be talking about it later in this video itself. So first we'll be seeing what are the advantages of digital communication or moving from analog to digital signals. So now if I talk about the advantages. So I hope you remember what we used to do in analog reception. So if this is my analog signal, so now in the channel we'll be having the additive white Gaussian noise. So it is in channel. So now what would happen? Additive white Gaussian noise is analog, and now my message signal MT, or let's take it as XT. So XT is also analog. So analog plus analog, I'll be getting analog signal. So now the output would be looking like this. So signal can be easily added with the noise in the channel because both of them are analog in nature. And how I used to receive it, how I had to see the exact value of the signal at each point of time for its reconstruction when I talk about the analog signal. Now let's transmit 1 or 0. In the case of digital transmission, I am transmitting either 1 or 0. So first of all, if I am transmitting 1 or 0, the additive white Gaussian noise in the channel is an analog noise. So now it is not having that much affiliation with the digital signal. So the addition or superimposition of additive white Gaussian noise on digital signal is very rare. So even if, let's suppose in the rarest case it has superimposed. So let's suppose it is like this now. So it has affected the amplitudes. I hope you remember, the noise is affecting the amplitude of the signal. So now here when I talk about the reconstruction of the digital signal, here I don't need to amplify it. Here I'll be reconstructing my signal again. I don't need to see what is the amplitude, exact amplitude. I can reconstruct my signal. I just need to know if this is my sampling instant, at this sampling instant it is positive or negative. So here it is giving me positive value. So now here you can see it will generate a 1. Here it is giving me the negative value. So it is generating a 0. So now I can generate the exact signal even if it is tampered by the additive white Gaussian noise. And also the possibility of tampering is less because the affiliation of additive white Gaussian noise with digital signal is less, and the analog signal cannot get added to the digital signals very easily. So now the first advantage would be I can say noise interference is less. So I can say additive white Gaussian noise can't add easily with the digital signal. And now if I talk about the next advantage, so the next advantage would be here no amplification is done, so reconstruction is done and not dependent upon amplification. Therefore, I can say it is very less affected by noise. But when I talk about this analog signal, you can see directly noise is affecting directly the amplitude of the signal, and I have to amplify it. I have to regenerate the signal at every instant of time. So I just have one possibility that I can amplify this signal. I cannot regenerate exact signal like here I did. So here I just need to modify this detected signal which is having noise as well. So I just need to remove the noise from this signal, which is very difficult. So now this is the biggest advantage. After that we have the next advantage, that we have encoding and decoding as well in the digital communication, from where I can easily detect and correct errors. I have already talked about the parity bits and error detection and correction capability of the signal in my information theory part. So I hope you have seen that playlist. If not, you will be going to that when you study about the information theory. So now the next advantage would be the processing capability. So it has high processing capability. Why? Because all of my processors are working with the digital signals. So now here, if I myself is transmitting digital signals, so it would be very easy for a processor to modify it and also to work upon it. So now the processing would be very easy. After that, multiplexing would be easy. Now the last advantage is that simple computations are there. If I have to measure a digital signal, it is very easy to measure it. So the computations are very simple. So now coming to the disadvantages. So let's talk about disadvantages now. So the biggest disadvantage is the high bandwidth. The digital communication requires approximately infinite bandwidth, which is not possible practically, and also even if I start increasing the bandwidth, the cost will start increasing. So now here I can say it is costly as well as it is requiring high bandwidth. I hope you remember what is the relation of cost with bandwidth. So cost increases even when the bandwidth increases. Why? Because the companies need to purchase the spectrum. So now if they are purchasing larger bandwidth spectrum, they have to spend more. So now it can be costly. Now the next disadvantage is that because it has encoding block, decoding block, so now we have much more blocks than the analog communication, then I can say it has complex transmitter and receiver. So the next disadvantage is that we require the exact synchronization between the transmitter and the receiver. So if I am supplying the transmitter with the clock, I need to supply the same clock to the receiver, otherwise this process will fail. So now the synchronization is really important, and whenever synchronization fails, the receiver fails. So now the next disadvantage is that so now if I am moving from analog to digital communication, so now I have to design the new transmitter and receiver. There is no facility that I can use the analog transmitter or receiver to generate or to transmit or to detect the digital signal. So now analog transmitter receivers fails in the case of digital transmission and reception. So now we'll be talking about two types of digital transmission. So first is baseband transmission and the second is passband transmission. So we'll be seeing the difference between both of them. So what is baseband transmission? Actually what I am doing, I am converting the analog signal into the digital signal and I am transmitting the digital signal as it is. So here first I have analog signal, I am denoting the analog signal with A. It is converted into digital signal and I am denoting the digital signal with D. So this thing is happening in the transmitter. So now this digital signal is as it is sent to the channel. So here we have exact digital signal. Now this digital signal is received by the receiver and it is converted into analog signal. So this thing is happening in the receiver. Now coming to the passband transmission. So now here again we have analog signal. So in the transmitter, first I am converting the analog signal to digital signal. Then what I am doing in the transmitter itself, I am converting the digital signal to analog signal, and this process is called modulation. What I am doing? I am taking an analog carrier signal, I am superimposing the digital characteristics on analog carrier. So now these digital parameters can change the characteristics of the analog carrier waves. So now here I have analog signal which is sent to the channel. So in the channel I will be having analog signal. So now this analog signal is now sent to the receiver. So in the receiver, first this analog signal is converted into digital signal. So this process is called demodulation. After that, this digital signal is again converted into analog signal and this whole process is happening in the receiver. So now I hope you understood how the passband transmission is different from baseband transmission. We have already discussed about various types of passband transmission like ASK, FSK, PSK, DPSK. So now there we were using a high frequency carrier wave and we were changing the characteristics of the carrier with the help of the digital signal. Now here we are sending the digital signal as it is, and the examples are PCM, DPCM, delta modulation, adaptive delta modulation. So now here I'll be writing some examples. So it is PCM, DPCM, delta modulation, adaptive delta modulation, and here example is ASK, FSK, PSK with its types like QPSK, MSK, etc. So now the next thing would be modulation requirement. So modulation is not required. Here we require modulation. Now because modulation is not done here, so these are low frequency signals, so they always requires a guided media for its transmission. like coaxial cable or optical fiber. Here we don't require the guided media, it can happen in the free space as well. So now the third difference is that it is used for only short distance communication. Whereas because here we have high frequency carrier, so energy would be high, so it can be done for short as well as long distance communication. So I hope now you understood the two types of digital transmission and what are the advantages and disadvantages of digital transmission. So in my next video, I'll be talking about the first digital transmission technique, which is the PCM. So now I'll be winding up my session here. I hope you like this video. If you like it, share it with your friends, subscribe the channel and push the like button. Thank you.